Good Monday morning. Welcome to Wealth Creation Investing's Monday Market Outlook. My name is Matthew Buckley, and I'm the Chief Investment Strategist here at WCI. And going to be an interesting week, folks. We got through our fiscal cliff resolution last week. The markets had a rip-your-face-off rally on Wednesday, and we saw a little bit of follow-through Thursday and Friday, even with the Fed's lukewarm announcement with the release of their minutes Wednesday afternoon, when it looks like a lot of the governors or the voting members are starting to doubt the wisdom of the quantitative easing impact on the markets. And the markets got a little spooked on that. Gold got spooked on that. But then on Friday, of course, we saw unemployment tick up from 7.7 to 7.8%. So going to be very interesting as the shift moves from Washington, just for a couple weeks, and we'll get to that, to earnings. Now, unofficially, Alcoa kicks off earnings this week, Q4 earnings, and it's going to be very interesting to see how earnings did, especially with the whole pent-up demand or frustration or angst around the fiscal cliff. A lot of companies were loath to hire in the fourth quarter, just simply not knowing what was going to happen in Washington. So now that that's been removed, will the market kind of give companies a break on how they did in the fourth quarter? So going to be a very interesting week ahead. Let's take a look at what's on the flight schedule. No real big economics today. Economic data coming out today in the market. On Tuesday, we have just more or less some IBD and TIP, and also consumer credit. That'll be an interesting one to see on Tuesday. On Wednesday, crude oil inventories and a bond auction. Thursday, we always have weekly unemployment claims, but wholesale inventories month over month will let us know how things are looking on retailers' shelves. Got some FOMC members meeting. And on Friday, some trade balance and import prices. So believe it or not, folks, this, as far as economic announcements, isn't that big of a week. However, as I said, earnings are going to start to hit the tape. Alcoa, Wells Fargo, Texas Instruments, some other folks that might not necessarily be bellwethers of the economy, but are going to give us somewhat of an indication of to how the market's doing. So, going to be an interesting week ahead. More importantly, folks, what's on my radar? I'm already looking past our quote-unquote fiscal cliff resolution to the next cliff, so to speak, and I really want to retire those words. We'll call it a gorge, right? The debt ceiling we already broke through officially on January 1st, but who cares, right? It's only money and the law. But we broke through our debt ceiling, and now the Democrats are saying, oh, by the way, any debt ceiling deal is going to have to include even more tax increases. There you go. Dems eye another $1 trillion in taxes. I think, folks, this is literally the time that people are starting to polish their pitchforks and get their torches ready. Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell said on ABC's Meet the Press yesterday, we're done. We're done with talking about any sort of tax increase. That will not happen. Now it's time to start reducing our spending. So while the president says, nope, we're going after even more taxes, and Pelosi and et al. Are saying we didn't even come close to getting what we wanted, I think we're in for a lot of trouble here, folks. And let's take a look. Obviously, past performance is no indication of future result, but let's refresh our memory as to what happened in August of 2011, folks. As you can see, the last time we went through a debt ceiling debacle, so to speak, market was up here around 1344, the S&P, and we bottomed out, right here around 1122. That is a huge, huge pullback in the market that we saw the last time the Republicans dug in their feet, held their breath, crossed their arms, and told Obama, no, no, no. We lost our AAA credit rating. An absolute embarrassment for this nation to lose our AAA credit rating. And I think it's going to be even worse this time around. Let's take a look, in fact, at what volatility did during this time. Volatility, let's compare the SPX to the VIX, and let's see what the impact of the last fiscal cliff debacle happened. Look at that. As the S&P retreated about 7%, 10%, volatility spiked nearly 180%. We're ready for it, folks. We've had a great year to date. We have had 4 trading days in this year, and our model portfolio, one of our model portfolios, is up nearly $8,000, $7,900 So obviously having a great year to date. We've had some awesome trades we put on. We put on a bullish double vertical on the SPX. We knew that something was going to get done with the fiscal cliff. Even though it was horrible, something did get done, and the market likes certainty, so the market rallied. At the same time, we put on a pairs trade. So while we were bullish on the SPX, we were bearish on volatility. So we also put on a bearish double vertical on the VIX. And both those things hit like you read about in Hitting Magazine. Now, we've also gotten very bullish on volatility, folks. Let's take a look at the VIX for the past 3 months. As you can see, the VIX, when it hits about 14 or the upper 13s, it climbs, right? And it really hasn't seen south of about 1450 in a while. But now we're plumbing depths we haven't seen in 5 years on volatility, folks. And when the VIX tended to hit the upper teens, 18, 19, it tends to retreat. So the VIX is traded in a nice tight range. And yeah, we saw the VIX pop all the way up to nearly 23 when we didn't think we'd get a deal, and then it imploded, and it's all the way down here just north or just south of $14. Last week in a lot of our live trading sessions, we've gotten very bullish on volatility. We know that the coming debt ceiling debate is going to be ugly, and you can see the two sides already staking out their positions. In case you didn't know it, the Republicans are going to be against any more tax increases, and the Democrats are going to go for more flesh. I'm going to tell you, after the beating that Boehner's gotten from his right flank and even his moderate flank about caving or folding like a cheap suit to the president's more or less demands. The guy didn't even negotiate. It's going to get ugly. So now is the time, in our opinion, to get very bullish on volatility. This is the heartbeat of the market, folks. When vol gets too cheap, people start to look around and say, it's just a little too quiet here, and they start looking for protection. So look at that. We haven't seen, like I said, we haven't plumbed depths this low with volatility since before the financial tsunami blew in. So, in my opinion, time to get long volatility. If you don't know how to get long volatility or to really take part in what's going on in this market, like I said, we've done some really nice job trading volatility, trading the SPX, trading a lot of positions. Go to Top Gun Options, hover over Services, and you can select TA-LTB combo. That's a trade alert and live trade brief combo. So topgunoptions.com/TA-LTB. If you don't know what getting long volatility means or a double vertical is, don't worry about it. We got you covered. So go to topgunoptions.com/TA-LTB. And this week, we're going to be talking about the financials. In a lot of our live trading sessions, I'm going to get bullish on the financials long term, but be short term bearish. And the tactic that I'm going to use to knock that mindset out is called a diagonal. So if you don't know what a diagonal is or how you can possibly be long term something while being short term something and potentially make money, well, welcome aboard, okay? So go to topgunoptions.com/TA-LTB. You can get airborne on a 2-week trial today to see how we do things here. Folks, don't trade this market alone. We're about to enter Q4 earnings season. We got the debt ceiling debate coming up, and we have the impact of exactly what this fiscal cliff deal was. And it's not good. I see a lot of friends on Facebook who voted for the president who are yelling and moaning about they just got their January paycheck, and it's a little lighter. Wonder why. Okay, so elections have repercussions, and so do actions. Okay, so got to get going, got ready to trade the market here. Happy hunting, make sure you hedge, and welcome aboard if you're interested in seeing how we do things here at Wealth Creation Investing or Top Gun Options. We'll see you.